Okay. Oh boy. Wait, that was fun, right? Who else enjoyed that? I wish that would happen all the time. Yeah. All right, everybody. So I think I had a like hour and a half playlist for the Halloween music. I guess that was what freaked out the OBS, my program, but who knows? So I just cut it down to half an hour. So you're going to be hearing things loop a lot faster now. But if it's working, it's working. All right, everybody, thanks for coming back after the ass pain of the whatever that was. Mitch, are you kidding? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, technology is great innovation and advancement for the human species. Yes! I feel so advanced. So, I don't even remember what I was doing when that all happened, but I guess I was working maybe on the eye. Yeah, I think I was working on the eye over here. So, I'm going to just switch from all the flesh stuff over to doing the eyeballs and the mouth. Still kind of like not sure. There's something going on here with like the nose and the mouth. Like I think, I don't know if the chin needs to go up some more or something. I feel like the chin shouldn't go any higher, but something's up over here. Spacing's a little bit strange. Maybe the nose needs to be longer. I don't know. I'm gonna do the eyes though. Once I do that, I think it'll be easier to figure out what's going on. Oh. Oh. Fun. I'm gonna be right back even though I'm right here. I'm not really here. Okay, now I'm back. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. That's right. My AI is here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the eyes now, and I just kind of said that like I was about to burst into song. And it's gonna have some brown eyes. And I'm gonna just do like a dark part of it right now. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna just use the other brush here. Put these in. Making sure everything is showing up the way it's supposed to. Guess we're okay. I wonder if anybody's made an AI named Al yet. Okay, so we've got... Our eyeballs are looking over this way. You gotta really be careful with the eyes to make sure that they're in exactly the right place so that they look like they're actually looking where they're supposed to instead of off to the side or something. You got the eyelashes over here. A little bit too big, but all right. And I think I'm actually going to do her eyebrows while I'm at it. Be careful not to overdo them. Definitely a little too much. Well, it looks like too much space here, but maybe when I put in the eyelid, it'll be fine. And she's starting to look a little bit more like human. Oh, Comic Sans It's the worst. I don't know which is worse, that or Cooper. That's a toss-up. Comic Sans, that's worse. I got it, Mitch. I was actually thinking there was an alternate, there's like the director's cut of Terminator 2, where he's able to learn, I forget which one it is now. He's able to learn in the one version, but then he's not able to learn in the other one because it keeps him from being corrupted or whatever. So, it was one of them. Or the other. Okay. Real Chicken Meister, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming back. I gotta make sure these eyes are the right size compared to each other also. This one looks too big now, space-wise. You know, the nose should be covering up more of the face, or the area where the eye is over on the right there. There's something going on here. You know what? I think the nose needs to go to the right. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I guess there are a lot of quotes from Terminator 2. I mean, I don't really quote them too often. Although sometimes when my girlfriend tells me something, I'll just say, why? Over and over again. Until I get an answer that I want to hear. Why? Okay, this eye is looking a little bit too big over here. So I can either bring in the cheek there or I can bring out the nose. I'm not really sure which one it needs. It seems like the nose compared to the eye on the left here. It seems okay. You know, that's right. Yeah, Winona, she might have living tissue over metal endoskeleton. I mean, just have you seen her lately? She hasn't aged at all. Or maybe a little bit, but not much. So, I don't know, maybe this eye needs to go over a little bit more on the right. This shadow here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move the nose a little bit. So, for now, I'm gonna just do a quick version on these eyes. Seems like she's looking in the right direction, so that's good. And then there's this dark area down here. I want to say that maybe it's a little bit of the cheek coming in and the nose going out. I don't know. Maybe a little of both. It's supposed to be a fast painting though, so I think it's too late for that already. Well, this can come in a little bit at least. I could always bring it out again if I have to, but I'm planning to do this probably anyway. Just a little bit of an adjustment here. The nose is not exactly perfect to begin with, so moving it is not going to be like a great tragedy. I'm going to go in and do this little eyelid right here. Make things a little bit more clear up in this area. Cursive lammy nib? Are you talking about a pen? This eyebrow's going in the wrong direction. It's gotta go tilt down more. Make sure these eyebrows aren't too defined. They should be kind of blended a little bit on the edge there. Otherwise, they look even weirder than normal. Eyebrows are always weird, even if you do them right. Just like ears. Yeah, fountain pens. I haven't done any fountain pen stuff for a while, but I have a bunch of different nibs just around somewhere. I feel like this eye is looking pretty much like the eye in the reference, so that's good. Except it's too long on the left there. Bring that in. I think I'm gonna get, well, let's see some other stuff I need to do on the other side here, but I guess maybe I should move the nose first. Okay, I am going to wipe off this brush and then move that nose over. Move that nose. The audio is still good? You still hear me? My face didn't freeze. I'm gonna get a bunch of burnt sienna together with the white here. Okay, that's good. Thanks. Real Chicken Meister. I feel like you and Schmuckleberry should get together and like start a restaurant or something. I don't even know what you'd be serving, but I mean, you got the name right there. Fluid, like the T1000. Fluid as ever. So, got to cover up a little bit of this eye over here, just to kind of squish things to the right. That's not light enough. I guess that's better. Better doesn't necessarily mean good. Yummy mayo. Well, I mean, that's going to be a pretty long name if you want that in the name too. Schmuckleberries, real chicken meister, yummy mayo. I mean, maybe, I don't know how you could work that out. You could have like your 3 sections on the menu and each have your own. And yours is just like nothing but mayo-inspired dishes. I guess that's working all right there. I'm gonna move this shadow over. Her nose looks too wide now, but once I bring the shadow in, it'll be all right. Just a nice little highlight on the nose. Just do that later. But the space over here from the edge of the cheek to the nose looks better now, but needs to come down. The dishes are only mayo, like just mayo. There's nothing else but mayo. Like you just get like different size dishes of mayo, or is it like a mayo connoisseur area, like a restaurant, like special mayo from like Sweden or something, and then there's other mayo from like Africa or someplace. I don't know if they eat mayo in Africa. I'm thinking like South Africa, and like it seems like they'd like Grey Poupon there. I'm using the burnt sienna now, just basically as like a red for the nose compared to that purple. That was just too purpley. Even though it's really not, I don't know, it looks red in some contexts and not red at all in others. So here I think it looks sort of reddish, a little bit. Right now it looks like she had like a tire run over her face or something. Once I put in the hair, that'll change though. Let's see Brian just having like random mayo dishes that just were spiked with like habaneros, and the guests would never know. They just are at their own risk of eating something that's like that. It could be like 1 out of like 30 dishes. It's looking a little funky right now, but hopefully it'll get better. That didn't make it better. Using the brush to kind of scrape off some of the paint I don't need a little bit. I think I just need to do the shadow there. It's just looks so wrong right now. It's kind of throwing everything else off. Salmon based with mayo coating. I can't really even picture what that would be like. Wasn't so good, Brian? I think I'm gonna bring this nose over just slightly on this side, but doesn't seem like it's too far off. Maybe I made it too small before. Maybe that's what it is. I'm noticing where the nostril is compared to the two eyes. It's maybe a little bit further to the right than I had it before. And it goes with everything else I'm changing. Oh, tartar sauce. Yeah. I haven't had mayo. Well, I've had veganese, which is actually very good. But I haven't had your kind of mayonnaise for many years. One thing with the veganese, it doesn't last very long. Like, you have to eat an entire container of it in like a week or it goes bad. At least the kind I've had. I don't know if that might have been Beetlejuice sabotaging us before. He's jealous that we're not painting him tonight. Oh no, the one that I used was not just mayo. It was just called Veganese. I don't know what the brand was, but the name of it was Veganese. There's a few of them though. I mean, like, I don't think it's really that hard to make something that kind of tastes like mayo. I mean, the vinegar, I think, is the main thing that gives it the flavor. So I'm really looking around at the shapes happening, like somewhat negative space next to the nose here on the face, even though it's on the face, and looking at it that way. Because I don't know, this is a little weird. I felt like the nose was okay where it was before, but obviously there's something wrong. But, seems like this is better, so probably doing something right with it. It's getting closer to the mouth also, which is good. I'm gonna just make sure I don't make her nose too big. It definitely doesn't have a big nose. All right, so I think I'm going to fix this area up here and then maybe I'll move on to the mouth. Guess that's all right. Maybe a little bit more right over here. Yeah, the just mayo is very possibly pretty much the same thing that I had bought. There's a vegan cheese called Daya, which is also great, but same thing, you have to eat it really fast or else it'll go bad. Oh yeah, Daya. I've had some vegan cheeses that were kind of like, but it's kind of like vegan bacon. Like, you never know if it's gonna really taste anything like actual bacon or not. Not that I'm like the biggest bacon person, but Daya, it's spelled D-A-I-Y-A, I think. It is like as good or better than real cheese. I mean, I know that's a big statement, but like it's great. It even like it'll melt just like real cheese and get stringy. Like if you make like a cheese pizza, they actually make their own pizza. So when it's hot, it'll get all stringy just like regular cheese does. So it's like couldn't really be better as far as like vegan cheese goes. There's also a vegan cheese which is nut based, which uses real what do you call it? Real cultures that are in regular cheese. Dr. Cows in Brooklyn. I haven't heard about them for a while. As far as I know, they're still in business, but I only ever had one or two of those, and they were good too. But the Daya I've definitely had plenty of. Yeah, Daya. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I've had some really good tofu scramble also. Again, like eggs don't really have that much of a taste. So it's not really that hard to fake it. Yeah, I used to buy Morningstar Farms a long time ago, but then I found out that almost everything they made was GMO, and that was it for me. Okay, so thinking I'm gonna move on to the mouth now, which maybe needs to move up a little bit. Her hair looks kind of weird. Maybe I should just do the hair, just so it doesn't look so. I don't know. I guess it could be almost like braids going back. In that case, maybe it wouldn't be weird, but I'm just gonna do these little spikes here. I'm gonna move on to the mouth. Maybe these little spikes a little too large up here, but whatever. Yeah, I had back when I was eating Morningstar Farms, I actually thought it was like a really healthy brand because it was all like, plant-based and everything. And then like I was eating it for a while before I realized there was GMOs in it, and I got really pissed off. And that was the end of it for me. You can never assume anything about any brands. You gotta really just like find out what's actually in there. Yeah, I'm with you, Mitch. definitely think, I don't know, there's like companies that'll say, oh, the FDA approved it, it's safe, it's fine. But there are definitely studies I've heard of with animals and stuff where from years ago, like they tried to feed, like, I don't know, it was GMO corn or something to pigs, and they just like came up and sniffed it and then just walked away. I think it's the kind of thing where if our sense of smell was better, we probably would be like able to tell the difference, but humans' sense of smell is terrible. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely like super against them. Oh, um, I guess I have to loop the music. Okay, I'm going to, a couple ways I could do this, but here's the quickest way. Okay, I'm back. Let me just go in there and set that to loop. Loop. Okay. Oh, would you rather silence? I don't know how loud the music is, because I had to reset the level for it. Yeah, I think maybe the file was just too big before. I don't know. If that wasn't it, I don't know what happened. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it looks a lot better than before, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over. Well, let me just fix this up real quick since it looks really stupid. All right, go back and deal with that later. DMCA'd? What? Okay. I kind of feel like I want to just do this little area down here real quick. So then I'm going to do the mouth. I'm going to just throw some like flesh color up on there. I'm going to go over with the black to give it that look of the sort of lace. These can be kind of difficult to paint, but I'm doing this the less difficult way. Right now I'm kind of mixing the, is there a big highlight on the light over here? That's weird. I don't know why that's happening. Just kind of mixing the black together with the color for the flesh on there, and I'm not crazy how streaky that looks right now, but yeah, sometimes it's hard to really see exactly how things are kind of going from the palette onto the painting, but I wish I would have noticed that before I did the detail stuff. Now it looks kind of stupid. Well, I'm just go in here with, I'm gonna get some more purple actually. This area over here. Going off into the shadow on the side there. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Make one of those stupid shorts where the guy's like, "Uncle, can you make me this color?" He looks at it again and grabs the convenient paints next to him for an exact match. Well, Brian, why don't you put that together for me and I'll just use it on my streams. And maybe have a little commercial break with it. For, I don't know, for your Yummy Mayo restaurant that's opening up in May. Yummy Mayo in May. You can start a kind of national campaign to get everyone to eat more mayo in May. Well, I would take that viral glory if it was there, ready to grab. It's too dark now. I'll like bring it back up some more. Huckleberry, what is that? Mayo. Oh, because it's too dark? It's okay. Bring it back up. That's a pretty good title. Professional painters hate this one trick. Well, it'd be even better if I just like titled it that and then the video had nothing to do with that at all. That probably wouldn't help it go viral though. It'd be making everybody angry. That's a good one. Is that a bouncing chicken ass? What is that? That's a good one. Looks a little bit cold now, but I don't know if that really matters. Probably fine. Need some more white. Yeah, there's definitely a knack to titles. Get people to watch them on, especially on YouTube. Okay, so actually take a little bit of this violet here just to warm up that lace just a little bit. Even though it's a cool color compared to what's on there now, I think this will help sort of turn it the other way. If I went for the red, that'd be too much, but it's a little more subtle maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to get some of the burnt sienna without any other stuff in there, except for white. Probably really more what I need. Definitely mixing with the black in there. I forget what the Is Us Aphex song is exactly, but sounds familiar. The video that you made. Oh, really? Oh, wow. You know, I sort of used to have hair like this a long time ago also. Not so much with the spikes in the front, but aside from that, it's kind of like this, a little bit. Back when I was in art school. Not quite as long in the back. Yeah, well, I might remember it if I saw it. Brian. But I don't know when the last time I saw that video would be. Definitely remember the time lapse in the apartment of the snow storm coming in and then the windows getting all frosty and stuff. Not like the snowman, just, you know, in general. Right, I'm spending a lot more time on this, like, neck lace than I planned on, but I think I'm almost done with it. Not a necklace, it's neck lace. For everyone that doesn't know what that was that big face that Richard D. James always makes, who is also known as Aphex Twin. Oh, so is that the Is Us, that song where the kid's like, stop making that big face? All these titles are so weird. It's hard to keep track of a lot of the different songs. Serial numbers and stuff. Okay, I'm almost done. Just blending the lighter part into the darker part a little bit more. And getting out of there. Yeah, plenty of people watching might not know what that was, though. So I felt I needed a disclaimer. Yeah, I remember back in like 2003, I used to listen to Princeton University's radio station a lot. The college, it's obviously the college station, but they play a lot of like just music you don't hear, on regular radio. And one DJ was talking about the video for Window Liquor, and he's like, if you haven't seen the video for that song, you need to watch it, and you will never look at music videos the same ever again. I mean it. And I think that's pretty accurate. Fixing the neck area here a little bit, because it's not really as defined as it needs to be. Partly because this part's not light enough. I don't remember buying a package of rhubarb. Well, now that you're talking about it, I can kind of picture it a little bit. I guess that was my days of working at Wegmans. So I remember they had rhubarb there. As a sugary treat. But yeah, that's kind of coming back a little bit. That might have been the only time I ever had rhubarb. But not the kind that Richard sings about. Well, I guess he doesn't really sing about it. Not the kind he makes music about. That's a different kind that I don't want to eat. I'm getting to that stage now where I have to be careful not to overdo this, make it like super polished. I want to keep it kind of loose and, and loose. Yeah. Really don't know why Richard would even want to make a song about that, but, God knows why he picks anything. This little area right here is really harsh, so just soften that real quick. And finally move on to the mouth. I need to flip paper towel over here. A little used up. I have to get a new one. I've already flipped this one twice. Alright. I'll wipe off this brush. I'm going to see if I can use the same one of the two I've been using. Kind of liking how this looks right over here, even though I went past the line for that collar or whatever. I might just leave that. I don't know. Then again, I might not. Now definitely the cadmium red light over here I'm going to use for the lips. It's the perfect color for doing something like that. It's a really nice, like sort of fleshy blush kind of a color. Move all this stuff over. Get out of the way. Paint. Get off my lawn. So I'm going to need some more white. And not really a lot, but actually, I don't know, that might be enough. Let me just see how far I can go with this. Yeah, looks good. Probably will need more white. So I can move this camera over. Not even in the shot half the time as it is. Oh, well, when I'm done cleaning, like when I'm done, painting, sometimes I'll save some of the colors and like put them back in the tube. Like there's this black over here, which I don't think it's really been, contaminated by anything. So I might just stick that back in the tube. Sometimes that's easy and sometimes not so much. I have to kind of like tap the tube to get it to go in. And, there might be like a couple colors I do that with. So it can be a little bit tedious, but then after that I just kind of like get a whole bunch of the paint off with a palette knife and then scrape it with a razor scraper. So that's one of these. I actually need to get a new palette. This one's kind of scratched up from doing that. There's some lines you can see here and there. You can put, well, I mean, I've never tried to put toothpaste back in a tube, but I'm imagining that's probably easier than the paint. Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but usually I put the exact amount of toothpaste out on my toothbrush that I need. Different story with paint. it's kind of satisfying cleaning off, I guess, sometimes, just kind of scraping it. You know, something I always loved when I was little and I saw, I guess it was the first Star Wars, there's like this one part where like Luke is cleaning off this part on R2. He's like scraping. I mean, it's probably not really fun. It doesn't really actually look fun in the movie, but when I was little, for some reason, I was like, I want to do that. So I imagine it's kind of similar as like scraping whatever that blue thing is on R2-D2. So I could kind of compare it to that, I guess, but it's sort of a weird thing to compare it to. And then if you wait till it's dry, it's kind of like you can still get it off there with a razor scraper, but it's a lot harder. You have to really obviously press harder. But you can do it then too, if you're just really tired and you don't want to bother with it till the next day or something. A little bit too red here to use on just the pure cadmium part. Alright, so this is not really a ton of paint here, but it's not a very big area I need it for. Huckleberry, do I ever cracking? What does that mean? I don't know what that sentence is. Might want to add a little something other, different color to the upper lip, but I'm just going to see how this goes here. I feel like this might be a little bit too saturated. Yeah, I'm going to actually get a little bit of that other burnt sienna and bring it over. Do I ever get cracking? I mean, I guess I'm gonna get cracking now. Finally do this mouth here. It's not like a tagline for a product or something. Slim Jim, let's get cracking. Thinking I'm gonna maybe bring the mouth up just a little bit here. This is getting pretty specific now. Paint cracking? Oh, like does the paint ever crack? Just on a painting? I've never, well, I guess like the only times that's ever happened for me is like there was one time I was painting something and I did this one layer and I had, for whatever reason, it was just a little too glossy and the paint, when it dried, it separated and kind of like made these little sections where it made cracks. And I tried to, it was burnt umber and I tried to paint over it with more burnt umber and it just did the same thing and I tried to paint over it again and it did the same thing and it was really weird. So that was because it was too glossy, but aside from that, I don't know, maybe like one or two other times I had something like that happen, but it's pretty rare. So you just try to make sure you don't have too much oil on there, then while you're working on it, it's not so much of an issue. As far as like cracking later on, like, a long time after you paint it, that, well, if you're working on a rigid support like a panel, that will help to pretty much get rid of any chance of that happening. That's definitely something that happens with canvas a lot more. I mean, I guess there's other things that could cause cracking, but just at least, you know, the majority of the time it's from changes in the actual support that leads to the cracking. So as far as the new Beetlejuice goes, I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely will be watching it. Just haven't seen it yet. I heard paint molecules are always moving. Yeah, they never really actually stop. I mean, even like hundreds of years later, like I mean, oil kind of becomes less liquid over time, but I guess it's still sort of like a liquid even when it's kind of seems dry. I don't know. It goes through a process like over a very long amount of time, where it just slowly is changing and evolving and everything. But mouth is looking a little weird right now. But yeah, I've heard that kind of thing also, that they just never really stop kind of changing. As far as Beetlejuice goes, I heard somebody that saw it that said they liked it, and it seemed like people that made it really were having a fun time when they made it. So, you know, that sounds cool. I guess this is kind of looking like her, sort of, a little bit. Kind of putting the purple together with the red here, get something like to use for the dark part of the mouth. I'm trying to avoid using black on there. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm willing to bet there's plans for a third Beetlejuice. Probably why they called the second one Beetlejuice, because there's going to be a Beetlejuice. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, I'm guessing the one that's out now is going to be doing well, so that probably will happen. This is definitely something I'm not wanting to be rushing. It's just painting the mouth here. It's like, need to make the shadow darker underneath the mouth. But if the mouth is messed up and it doesn't look like her, no matter how long or how fast or slow it takes, it's not good. I think that's probably part of their plan, which, you know, why not? I mean, if they can make a sequel like 35 years later, or whatever, I guess it was 1988, whatever. Why not make another one? I mean, sure. I mean, Michael Keaton is back, Winona's back. Alec Baldwin had the Rust disaster. He never really left, though. I don't know if he's in the new one, I'm guessing. But people want to see it, you know, what the hell. Might have to use some of that black, actually. It's like not quite dark enough here. There are definitely some great parts in the original one. Bring the kids on down, we got plenty of snakes and lizards for them to play with. I mean, I don't even know how many times I saw that movie back then. I think this corner of the mouth needs to go up a little bit. Huh. Brian heard they're considering making a second Twins movie with Eddie Murphy as the third brother. Well, you know, it's interesting. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, I mean, this is like tying into like everything coming back. They had a thing at, I guess it was the Oscars, like, when was it, like last year or whatever. And they were like doing this whole bit, like talking to Michael Keaton in the audience, and, you know, they came out together. Obviously, it's funny because they'd both been in Twins before, but then they were talking about how they'd both been in Batman movies, and Batman, you know, beat the hell out of him and stuff. So it would be funny if there was actually another Twins also. I don't know if that's too dark. It's maybe a little too much there, but kind of dull down the mouth on the top, the lip on the top a little bit there. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, like, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a long time. I mean, probably like, last time I saw it was probably like 93 or 94. I would like to watch it again. Maybe I should watch it before I watch the new one. See, when Michael Keaton was cast for Batman, I think the movie right before Batman was Beetlejuice, so everyone's like, what? But, you know, it worked out. Okay, so there's more saturation right here on the lip. Definitely, you know, the reddest part of the whole thing. I gotta make sure it doesn't look weird though, even if it looks that way in the reference. Thinking this bottom lip needs to come up. I might want to bring up the bottom of the chin just slightly here, but no. I mean, her expression's a little bit kind of blank in the photo. Definitely, I gotta fix the eyes up. I think the pupil, or whatever the cornea, the irises are a little bit too big. Slightly. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Save that guy for later. Another one. Remember that one? Yeah. I need it to get a little darker over here still. Maybe I should use some black. You just got this like little hint of a smile there, which I still need to kind of put in on the corners. That's like very subtle. The corner of the mouth is always really important. Just getting just right on the edge, the right shape, or else it's not going to look like the right kind of emotion. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to hint at this little... well, so there's some stuff going on around the mouth I need to adjust. So I think I need to kind of do that and then come back to the mouth a little bit. Right now it's just looking... mouth looks off, but the mouth is probably fine. It's just the area around the mouth I need to adjust, so... that little thing right there. Actually, I think I made this part darker over here before, but somehow it doesn't look like it did at all. It looks like it's just like the same, practically so. Or as the right area. Just go in there. I feel like the whole face actually is looking a little bit pale right now. I've got everything in there, but... sometimes that happens. Once it's all in, then you can see everything together, and you can always go back in and adjust it. That's fine. How many times did he say he saw The Exorcist? Like 167 times? Make this bottom lip a little bit slightly smaller. You know, there's actually more of a shadow down here also than on the top. Like, top is sort of got a highlight. Down here is a little bit darker. I'm using the burnt sienna now, kind of to add warmer areas compared to the violet, which is looking cooler. Seems like she has maybe just a little bit of a kind of blush on the cheek there, but you gotta really look for that. She definitely looks like a zombie or an android right now. Like, there's not enough of a sort of expression on the face, but I think we'll get there. Well, that wasn't exactly the shape I wanted to make there, but it actually looks pretty good. I don't know. She's smiling a little more than the photo now, but I don't know, maybe it's a little too much. The world's ready for that. Alright, that's liking that. That's pretty good, I think. So now that I kind of adjusted the area around the mouth, I could probably go back in there and do some more in the lips. So there's this one little spot over here. I'm gonna bring that down some more. Oh wow. That's nice. She likes me. Thanks, Brian. Okay. I'll go back into the lips now and touch that up. It's a little too dark on the right up here, actually. I gotta lighten that. Kind of a lot happening in a small area here. I used to use a color that was a hue of cadmium red light, which is this really crappy color that, like, the whatever the pigment, it was like, I want to say it was bromium something or other, but it used to like mix with the metal inside the tube, and then there would be this dark streak that came out when you squeezed it out of the tube. But the real cadmium works much better than that. Looking at where the bottom and the top lip line up over here, I guess actually it's gonna make the top lip go over more, but I don't know if I maybe need to bring in the bottom one to the left. And bring it over a little bit. And now it's a little bit too saturated, so kind of just dull it a little bit more. Alright, so I think I'm almost done with the mouth. I'm just gonna fix up this little corner on the right on the edge. Need that really light color for the skin right there. Mitch, what? GFW, no Lydia, GF? Huh? Okay, and GF, I'm guessing his girlfriend. TFW, I mean, I know what WTF is. TFW. Having flashbacks. The first time I was like, I don't know, heard like I was chatting with somebody like in 2002 and they said, BRB, LOL, and I was like, what? That feeling when you realize you don't have a girlfriend like Lydia. Sad face. Okay. Okay. Well, I think there's someone out there for you. Maybe a girl, a nice girl somewhere that just really likes Commodore 64s. You'll find her. She's out there somewhere. Maybe she's chatting about it in some message group right now, somewhere. Trying to find the old, I don't know, 1986 Ghostbusters Commodore game or something. I just touch up this little kind of like highlight over here. It's like kind of in the right spot, but something just a little bit off. Maybe it needs to go over to the left some more. That might be it. Or maybe you'd meet Winona Ryder at some kind of like fan event and she would just insist on getting your number and going out with you. You know, that could happen too. You could get the real Lydia. Wouldn't even be like a knockoff Lydia. I feel like this is somehow getting worse. Like I'm adjusting it in the right place, but I don't know, something's just looking nicer before. I'm getting too like finicky here with these little tiny adjustments. Let me just go like this here. Oh, look at that. A little bit rough, but kind of like it. Oh, I always liked Winona Ryder. Yeah. I was definitely one of those people. Well, you know, I think I need to bring this darker shadow over. Maybe that's part of what's bothering me here. Okay, in that case, Mitch, you're never going to get a Lydia. Don't even think about it. Not going to happen. Only because you don't want it to happen. So like this part right here on the lips is like too dark compared to the area below it, so gotta go in there and something like this. Actually, that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so I don't know, maybe that's it for the mouth. Kind of. Somewhat. I feel like she's got an expression on the painting a little bit like, almost like sarcastic smiling, like, But I guess it's alright. Bring this over here a little bit more. I need to bring the lighter part over also. I think I want to work on the eyes now and fix them up because they definitely are not done. I do, since I have the pink area that I'm working on down here. Let's throw this part up here on the eye on the left. That's a little too red. Everyone's favorite scary movie. Didn't this come up last time and nobody said anything? I mean, I think The Ring and The Grudge are definitely really up there for me. So now, wait a minute, Brian. Favorite scary movie because it's scary or just because you like the movie? I feel like The Ring and The Grudge were definitely like very effective at being scary, which almost never do I see a scary movie that's actually scary to me. I think I saw something, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago that was like surprisingly scary, but I can't remember what it was now. I didn't see the Japanese ones, but I know that they're probably better than the American ones. But even the American ones I thought were good. Dark Water, I mean, that was just kind of fine, but those two were done really well. Well, I don't know, not a whole lot's coming to mind as far as like scary movies. I did see recently while I was working on something, The Blackening, which was kind of funny. You know, not scary at all. Like a horror comedy. Horror comedy, yeah. And then there was also like The House Next Door, The Blacks was funny. Another like horror comedy kind of thing. Eat the Blacks or whatever it was called. I guess that was a sequel. I don't know. I didn't see if there was another one. I didn't see it. The Eye? I never saw that. What's The Eye? I'm picturing some like German and French maybe German expressionist movie from the 60s. I think the eyes are coming together here. Kind of getting there. Pretty good, Juan. Yeah. Well. I can't remember what it was. There was something that I watched a few years ago, and like I was for the first time in a long time. I was like going to bed, and I was kind of like, you know, looking around in the dark a little bit. That's like extremely rare for me. I mean, I did see. I think I was talking about this last time when this came up, but and I still can't remember the other name. But there was, what was it called? Now I can't remember either one. Might remember it soon. All I can think of right now is Maleficent, but that wasn't the name. It was like, there's a word like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a Chinese film where the girl sees stuff that her previous eyeball owner had, sounds like. Hmm. The hell was the name? Now it's bothering me. The name of the movie, like, where there's the Viboog was like the villain or whatever, or the the thing in the movie. I thought it was a pretty cool horror movie. It was like definitely like better than average. That was, I thought, a little bit creepy. And then there's the other one that I saw, which I can remember, never remember the two of them together. Like if I can remember one, I can't remember the other one. I can't remember either now. Well, Mitch, are there any scary movies that you like, just in general? Touching up the side of the eye here. Get the iris to be smaller. The eye, it's the eye. You're talking about the eye, Brian? The scene on the train. It can definitely be really effective when there's like a thing that's just off, kind of to the side or whatever, and it's not even like a really good scare. I thought was I worked at a theater when it was like the House on Haunted Hill, I think was out. It was like a remake of that, and there's this one part where I don't know. I won't even say what it is in case anybody watches it, but there's like you'd expect a certain thing to happen at one point. And then like there's nothing happens, and then there's a jump scare, but it was a really good one. I think that was like it was well done. Just that one scene in that movie. I didn't see the whole thing. It was back in like '99 or something. In the eye, yeah. Okay, I still got to do the inside parts of the eyes here. To get the outside where they need to go, I'll do that. This is definitely a lot tighter than the majority of the rest of the image. I don't know what I want to do about that whole mess on the outside. Probably do something there to fix that up. I wonder where that kid had to get up in the middle of the night. Well, I mean, there was a thing about, like there was a part in the movie with a kid. And again, I don't want to like say too much about it in case anybody watches it. I'm really big into not spoiling. But, so there's, all right, one movie, there's a writer, who's like, you know, well-known actor. Can't think of his name. And he moves into a house and he finds this footage in the attic, and he starts watching it on this old like 8mm projector or whatever, and like he gets inspired by what's happening in the movies, even though they're terrible, and he starts writing again. There's that one, and then can't really remember too much about the other one at the moment. I watched these back in my like poisoned brain stage, so it's like really destroyed my memory, and I can't really recall very much of anything about it at this point. Oh, I didn't see the remake of the Roman or the Omen. This one was, I think it was called The House on Haunted Hill, and there was an original. If it's the one I'm thinking of, like there was one with Vincent Price back in the '60s, so it probably was not very much like the remake at all. But there's this one place, there's this one point in the movie where, I'll just say it, there's a skeleton, and somebody sees the skeleton, and like you just see the skeleton on the screen, and it doesn't do anything. And then it moves, and so it makes like extra scary because you weren't expecting it anymore. But I didn't see The Omen. I think Skinny Puppy sampled the original one. And this eye here, just looking at the shape, and I don't know if they're right size by now. They might be a little bit large still, the irises, so you know, maybe bring it in a little bit on the left over here. I guess so. I guess it was Catherine Zeta-Jones. I didn't see the whole thing, so I really, literally don't remember anything but that one scene. Especially since I didn't even watch the movie. I was just like checking the theater house when it was on, because I was like the usher for the day or whatever. I'm gonna bring the left or the right side over here in some more. Remember another movie, was What Lies Beneath. Wasn't exactly like a scary movie, but like there's like this one scene that's just like the suspense is like so suspenseful. It was just like agony, waiting for this one scene to end. But I think that one part was done really well. There's a bathtub. That's all I'll say about it. But another movie, I don't really remember too much of it, but I think that was Michelle Pfeiffer, maybe. Yeah. All right, so this eye here, I don't think that needs to get any smaller, the iris. Over here, I'm going to just bring it up a little bit on the top. And Harrison Ford was in that movie. Oh, House on Haunted Hill? Well, news to me. Never saw him do anything like that. Oh, or are you talking about What Lies Beneath? Yeah, that was a while ago. Okay, so I'm gonna just add the highlight in the eyes over here. We've already got something that looks like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even remember, like, what the hell the movie was about. Remember that one scene? And that's about it. I remember liking it though. Our eyes are getting shiny. Alright, so I just fix this one little spot over here. I feel like I saw What Lies Beneath in the theater, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I was actually thinking I might have gone to see that with Lisa, but not sure. Yeah, I don't think that was when I was there. You know, not that same viewing. Now there's a little light area underneath the eye over here. And it's just, this is pretty precise. Oh wow. A blob of paint over here, I didn't even know that that happened at some point. Well, I'll just do this real quick. I have to bring this over here up some more. Let's just made a mark on her head. Random blobs of paint. It happens. Gotta wipe it off. Yeah, some people, it's just like when some people paint, it's just paint getting everywhere for the entire time. Like for me, there's like one blob. For a lot of people, it's just they start and it's just like it just goes everywhere. A lot of the time when you're opening the cap, that's the easiest time to get it on, you know, your hand or something. It kind of squishes out. Of course, now this got on the opposite side of the lip over here. Oop. Okay, I'm gonna have to go take a quick break. Oh, there it is. Okay. I do have a fancy painting chair. The last chair I had kind of got destroyed from the floor getting all messed up. I had to get a new one a few months ago. The floor was messing up this one too, so I had to long story short, I had to sand down my floor because the ridges of the wood were just causing too much friction when you move back and forth on it. Don't you even make any comments about that, Brian. But anyway, the leg was getting pushed in, and so I just got a sanding kit for my drill and just sanded the whole thing down, which is actually really hard because the whole time you're doing it, the drill is going like this. So I hurt my joints and my arms, but it pretty much worked. So I just been coating the floor every so often just to get it thick enough that it's smooth enough for the chair to go on it. Anyway. Remember to take off my mic again. I was thinking it might be kind of funny to take that clip from the Naked Gun when there's the news conference and Frank Drummond doesn't take off his mic and he goes to the bathroom. It'd be kind of funny to just put that up when I'm gonna take a break. So the eyes are looking pretty good. give a little edge on the bottom here on the right, like I did for the other one. That's it for it. Oh, brought that part up, and now I've got to go back over the iris to bring it down more. I'm going to bring up some eyelashes over there also. Alright, so I'm going to just actually use the other brush, the black stuff. I don't know if this brush is really precise enough for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. The eyelashes are too low actually over here on the right. I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of pink in there. Nope, too much. All right, so just touch up a couple places where the highlights are a little bit going past the place where they need to. Okay, here comes the brown part of the iris. Not sure if I add white to this, if it's going to be the color I need for the light part of the iris, but try a little bit. I think I'm going to actually get a little bit of gold ochre here. So that's a little bit too dark. You need a different ochre. A yellow ochre pale, not ogre. I need to blend these a little bit. It's like too different on their own. I guess that's not too off. I need to blend it. Okay, now I'm going to bring the pupil back out a little bit. And now I've got to fix what I just messed up on the iris and bring the brown back out again. Okay, so maybe this is going to be it. The eye. Okay, so now I gotta fix this white part. I just went over by accident over there. This is definitely one of the things that happens with using very large brushes to do little detailed stuff, is sometimes they cover things you don't want to cover. But this is how you avoid going extremely detailed. It's just keeping everything with a big brush. Now that I'm looking at the mouth, I feel like this edge on the left here needs to be adjusted. Well, I had a few Carl Bang shirts back in the day. I don't know. I used to have like specific shirts that I would paint in, and I would only paint in them, but now I don't really care. I just kind of paint in whatever, because I don't really get things on my shirts like hardly ever anymore. No, this is how I'm writing. This is how I write with a pencil, so I just hold it the same way. So that's what that's all about. The only person, there you go. The only person I've ever seen anywhere that holds a pencil this way is Trent Reznor. So it's just me and Trent. Could be nobody else in the whole world. I've seen some people holding, like, I don't forget. I saw somebody writing once in a way that was like even crazier than what I do. It was like I don't know, I want to say it was like this, but that couldn't have been it. But it was like really just like if you, I don't know, gave a pencil to like a Gila monster and he was trying to learn how to write, it would be like, you know, that kind of a thing. But that's what that is. Yeah, just like when I was learning to tie my shoelaces when I was little, I just was like, no, I'm not doing it that way. I did my own way. Same thing with a pencil. I just make this a little thicker here, this like edge right over here for the dark separation between the lips there. I'm gonna just get some black. I don't even care anymore. I think it's fine. Yes, I write in all caps because I'm always yelling. I'm a very loud person. Well, see, the nostril needs to get darker. I'm gonna flip over my paper towel here. Oh, hello there. Thanks for following Apocalypse Outpost. Well, that sounds like a fun place I want to visit. What do you have there? It's a canned food, I would imagine. Oh boy, Mitch, you are on your own nowadays. Some of the messages I've gotten from people. The grammar. I mean, you are the guy that before just said TFW, WGFW, I mean, whatever that thing was you wrote. So I think you may have changed a little bit with the times. So, kind of getting close to the end with this, but still needed to adjust a little bit here and there on it. Don't really have that shiny thing on the nose yet. I still put that in there. After I make the nostril darker here. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, when I write to people, I still, like, even on Facebook Marketplace, I mean, like, we're selling our car. Somebody just wrote to me today, and here's his message. Location? Like, I know it's like Facebook Marketplace, and there kind of is no actual, like, etiquette for anything. It's just people ask for things and then don't show up and don't tell you they're not coming and all that, but I never want to be that way. Well, I mean, Yelp is the place, if there ever was a place, that somebody was going to complain about a review. I mean, Yelp is really the place you go to bitch about anything, including Yelp itself, I guess. I mean, I forget if we've talked about this, but I don't know if Yelp was going to get sued or what happened, but basically it kind of came out that Yelp was penalizing businesses that were not like paying for a business account. Like, they were making it way more likely that they were going to get bad reviews. So they're directing people to write bad reviews about them or something like that. But I mean, in my experience, like, almost every review on Yelp is bad. Like, it's like, good luck finding anything that says this was great. I'm kind of feeling like the color I have on here is a little bit, I don't know, it's definitely less saturated than the reference. And I guess it's all right though. Just kind of seeing how much I need to adjust this versus just leave it. I mean, I guess I probably can leave it. Okay, I'm gonna just the tip of the nose here. Apocalypse Outpost, are you into painting or anything like that yourself? I'm gonna go and well, I'm gonna just actually push this over here. Oh, ugh, that's not what I want. There's still some purple on there. Ugh. Alright, well I gotta do something about that. I'm gonna clean the brush here just by sticking it in some paint. Need some more white. I feel like I can almost put a little bit of sort of like pink on this nose on the end. I don't know if I want to open a can of worms with that though. If it'll look like I need to do that on the rest of the face or a few other places or not. I'm actually finally putting the edge of the nose in here, which was kind of just missing before. Sort of faded over into the cheek. Brian, YouTube is censoring you. Is Big Brother stepping in on your chat? Something wrong with their nose. It's like looks too large or something. I think I have to maybe bring in the right side more. Yeah, it's kind of like what Yelp has become. It's like the 2-minute hate, only it's typed out instead of screamed in a room with other people. I'm gonna get this just a little bit lighter on the next, very next to the nose. Okay. All right, so I feel like that's outlined enough now. I think the nose is not, now that I'm looking at it, it's like not vertical enough. Thought I was done with the nose. Oh, well, just one little bristle sticking out on my brush. I gotta trim it. It's just driving me nuts. Got a cuticle scissor just for this. These are some fancy scissors. It's tricky to cut these things. One little bristle here. Okay, got it. Okay, so there's a little bit of something to adjust here with the nose still. Kind of wondering if the cheek actually needs to come in some more, because if I bring the nose over, then there's more space on the right. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could just be a slightly different angle that we see the nose at compared to the reference. Well, actually, that looks better already. Maybe I'll just bring this in right here some more, get it more vertical. Okay, I think that actually, that tiny adjustment I just made seems like it really made a big difference. Feel better about the nose now. Well, that was intense. But we made it. That guy sure does have a lot of Flex Seal products. I've seen many a commercial with him on late at night. At least something I've been wondering about is that alien tape. Seen the commercials for that yet? It's like, what is that stuff? Doesn't even really make sense. Yeah, you haven't seen it? It's like, I don't even know what the hell it is. It's like this weird tape. You can just like stick it, like take two things that are really heavy and stick them together and they'll stay, but I don't know, it's reusable and it's weird. Like super strong bond, but you can wash it and reuse it and stuff. Yeah, you two are just kind of... I don't even know what's going on with you. I'm just over here working on my painting. I was thinking about trying the alien tape. I don't know, I mean, if it's actually as good as it looks like on the commercial. You know, it's interesting, but I have to wonder what's actually in there. Is it like... I don't know, what kind of chemicals are going into that stuff to make it act the way it does, you know? Okay, so I'm getting way too kind of finicky with all this stuff I'm doing right now. I need to just leave it. Yeah, the actual tape. Okay, so that part I was just daintily blending together over there now doesn't really match the rest of the face, so I have to go in there and make it a little more abrupt. Kind of like that. Okay. That seems like it matches now. I'm gonna soften it a little bit. So that it doesn't look like it doesn't fit everything else. I guess that's okay. Alright. So I'm gonna get a little bit more white here. The nose, that little highlight on the nose could actually be a little bit brighter. But and maybe that's about it for the nose. Not sure if I want to fill in that stuff on the bottom. Kind of like the way it looks, but compared to the rest of the painting, it's the only white area, so I think I maybe need to go over that. I don't usually leave things kind of scribbly that way, but you know, if it was kind of matched the rest of the painting a little more, I might leave it, but I guess I probably won't. Okay, so thinking the face might be done. It seems like it's done. So I'm gonna just go down to the bottom and fill in all this stuff down here. I just kind of do it like this, where it's a little transparent. And I need maybe a little bit of white just for that shoulder on the right side there. I'm gonna just do this like a big old streak right here like this. Definitely not doing all that little detail on the fishnet or whatever that thing is hanging off of her head. So that will just be implied. There's also these highlights in the hair up here. Just kind of do them real quick. Like this is kind of like a woodpecker style of painting right now, where it's just a little sporadic. I'm going back over this with some black to break up the different things I just did. No. Yeah. Well. There are plenty of cringy videos with artists doing certain things. I've seen them too. Okay, I think I'm going to do the blue in the back now. I'm going to just go over it with some purple to make it a more sort of indigo color. Put a little bit of, well, I'm going to wipe off the brush first. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to watch some of those videos. Brian, did you see The Wolf of Wall Street? They referenced freaks in one scene of that movie. I think hardly anybody that saw it actually knew the reference, though. You know, Scorsese is really into movie history, so I can see him wanting that in there. Yep. I saw it once too. Which scene did you see several times? Was it the scene with, what's her name? Margot Robbie? I'm gonna add sort of this net thing in here, but well, I kind of like the way it looks now, but I think it needs something a little bit more. Just noticing you can go back over the detail on the lace over here a little bit. Got kind of taken off before. Actually, her hair is kind of... I'm not sure if it's her hair or that net thing. I guess it's her hair over here, but I'm going to just leave that part out. Sort of soften the edge right here. Well, I think the ear is a little bit light now, actually. I'm gonna have to put some more purple on it. Oop, that's not what I want. I'm gonna just outline this ear a little bit better right over here. All right, so checking over if there's anything else I need to add on here. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but maybe not. This one little spot up here is standing out a little too much. Maybe these here. You have to touch up the bottom of the nose right here. Kind of shadow from the nostril on the other side is, showing up a little bit too much. Maybe that's better. Taking a look at that chin, I feel like I maybe need to shrink the chin just a little bit. Yeah, it seems like it's just slightly large. Oh, I think that might be it. Yep. I'm thinking that's it. Oh, hey there. I'll check the Meister. Thanks. Yeah. I don't see anything left that bugs me. I mean, like, I don't know. Does it look like Winona Ryder? Yes? Maybe? I've been staring at it for so long, I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, I think we made it. We did it, guys. Okay. Well, where's the camera? Well, thanks for watching. And, hanging out. Except for the horrible crash. What? Brian, what are you talking about? Okay. So... as a 5 hours, well, I guess with the break, maybe about 5 hours when I had to like restart everything because the program wasn't working anymore. But yeah, a little less than last time, I guess, right? I don't even remember. All right, so thanks for watching. Next week, I'm not planning to paint on Halloween. Not sure what day I'll be doing. I was kind of thinking about mixing things up a little bit anyway. I might do a little kind of bonus stream sometime also. I don't know, because I have my other commission I've been working on, and I might just kind of like get to a point where it's like, oh, this would be a good thing to stream. So I don't know, maybe I might do that. It's kind of unannounced. But really, what? Brian, what are you talking about? What horrible crash? I don't know. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.